Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, based on the based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. I'll just throw you up so you can see me. No, yes, I am here live. Now I'm just going to. So, hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let me know if you can see and hear me. And I'm going to throw you down to my desk just so you can see an idea of the projects we're going to do. I'm going to add an extra one, explain how to do this one, and then do this one. And I've got a third one, which I am sure that you will absolutely love. Now, if we haven't met before, I've been crafty for many years and collecting craft stuff. And if you look around my craft room, you will see how much stuff I actually have. I'm passionate about making creativity easy, hence why I do online classes. I also do in-person classes on the Sunshine Coast. So it's good to be here. I always get excited on Wednesday nights. Now, tonight I've got something really exciting to share. We're diving into one of Stampin' Up's. I'm just pulling it out, so excuse the noise. I think most innovative new products. And it's on page 84, I'm thinking. Yep, on page 84 of the annual catalogue. It's bold, it's beautiful. I think it's about to become your best crafting product as well. It certainly is mine, the Extraordinary Flora Washi Tape. And it pairs, well, I'll show you what it actually looks like. It's hiding on my desk somewhere. This is it. It's a big roll, so it's 3 1/4 inches wide, which I don't know what that is in centimetres. For those that work in centimetres, about 8.2 centimetres. Washi tape is low tack, but it is sticky. There are 64 panels, so I've been told. I haven't actually counted them. I haven't unwound mine. And you can see how gorgeous it is. But there's some really even better things for this. Now, I've just got a little pussycat who's come in, so I may have to stand up and give the cat the chair just for peace. Now, I just want to grab a couple of things to show you. Now, it comes with these dies, so you can actually die cut these images using this, and you can see how many you can die cut at one time. And there's a stamp set as well. Now, that's the stamp set. It's a fairly plain stamp set, so it's outline stamp set. You can colour it. Now, but what I would do with this stamp set, because it actually lines up with here, is you can actually use some stays on, or you can emboss it, and you could outline these images in either black or like gold embossing. So there's a fair bit you can actually do with it. It does come with these 3 sentiments for the extraordinary couple, congratulations, and with love. Ideo. I'm going to put that aside. I'll put this aside because I'm going to need it very soon. And I want to show you. Now, I'm being harsh, I know, but I don't think Stampin' Up showcase this enough because it's so gorgeous. Oh, the other thing I could say is you could actually just use this as an outline stamp and use it as a background or whatever. Now, so you're going to see a cat in a second, and then you're going to see a cat disappear in a second. Not forever, just onto the chair. She's been every Wednesday night is the time she hangs around. I wouldn't see her any other time. Hi-do. So this is the page. You can see how gorgeous these samples are, but I've got some different ones. Now, before we get into it, there's a few other things that I want to mention. And the next one is, now I know I'm showcasing this, but it's actually out of stock. It keeps selling out so quickly. But it is back in stock next week. So you can jump on my online store, click on the product, and then you can actually enter your email, and Stampin' Up will actually send you an email when it comes back in stock, which is what I have done because I'm going to need some more. What else can I tell you? Now, as always, please leave a comment and let me know that you're watching. Let me know what you like. Sorry, I do have a cat who's truly just won't settle, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. Ask any questions you might have. It doesn't have to be about the washi tape or projects tonight. Any questions, and I'm happy to answer them. And don't forget, I have an online store where this will be available, but also the stamp set and the die set as a bundle are available. Now, you're not missing out on anything because, as you probably know, we have a sweet sale currently going. So it's a BOGO sale. So the 50% off the second item, as with most BOGOs, it is the cheapest item. So you need to just think that through carefully. If you need a hand ordering, don't hesitate to give me a call. So I've got pretty good at trying to make sure that everybody gets the best options that they possibly can. Don't forget that I've got an online store at annspaperworks.com.au/shop, and there's always a link either on my Facebook page, my YouTube page, or my blog. I know. Let's get stuck into this and see what this washi tape can actually do. Now, Glenda tells me that she really likes it and has been having a lot of fun. Glenda, is that your god cat there? I think it might be. Anyway, she will settle down very, very soon, I'm hoping. Anyway, ideo. So I'm not making this card tonight, but I will explain how to do it because it really is a simple card, but how spectacular actually is it? Ideo, but let's get started on the one I do intend to show you how to do. And this is, I suppose, step one, because you can keep stepping up how you use this washi tape. But look how gorgeous that is. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Ideo, so let's get started. Done a bit of the cutout, I've even done a bit of the embossing just to make it a little quicker so that my second project, we get plenty of time and I'm not rushing. Now, I'm just looking for all my bits and pieces here. Now, so I have a basic cardstock, which is, for me, my basic is always 5.5 inches this way and 8.25 inches. And it can be easily adapted if you're from the United States and you use 8.5 letter size cardstock. Ideo. So there's my base. We're just going to put that aside for the moment. Now, I have used the mini corrugated 3D embossing folder, which is an online exclusive. And so I wanted this to go sideways so that it would run the right way. Always remember, because I'm not going to put this through because I've already done my dry embossing, is where you have this fold, that always has to go into your cut and emboss machine first hence why I've got these little arrows here, wholly and solely because as it goes through, it puts a lot of pressure on this end, and you don't want this to crack. So let's get going. So this piece is just going to sit right in the center there. I can glue that on just so I don't lose it. Hi Myrtle. Now with 3D embossing folders, you do need to put a bit of adhesive on because it's only touching maybe half as much as it normally does. So now this piece I've kept at, I'm just going to grab my, now this piece, I've made that embossed piece, I'm making 5.5 inches by 3 7/8. Now what happens is when you use this embossing folder, and I know a few of you have got caught but haven't really understood the why, when you emboss it, it puts waves in it. It shrinks a little bit from side to side. So when you're designing cards, make sure you're well aware of that shrinkage. And that happens on quite a few of our embossing folders. It might shrink this way, that way, or actually on all 4 sides. So sometimes you cut something out to match a piece of cardstock perfectly, but once you put it through the embossing folder, it's going to be a little different. Now, let's go and grab this washi tape. Now, the panel is about 12 inches, but I'm not going to need 12 inches. I'm just going to use whatever's next on this piece. And I'm going to just get rid of my paper for a minute because the washi tape will stick. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to just put this down. Now, there is, I suppose it's a bit of practice required. And to be honest, I have not practiced. I've only done those 2 cards that you've seen because I only got the washi paper. I think I got it on Saturday. I'm not sure. So all I ever do, I don't want this to roll out like it just did. So let's keep this nice and short because what you don't want is air bubbles. So this is the way I do it. And I always make sure that my cardstock, if I'm putting it on cardstock, and you've got so many different choices, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but let's just do this bit. This is the way to not have any bubbles. But I'm going to show you in my next card, because I think it's a little harder to put it on window sheets. It's not hard, it's just a little more difficult. So that's gone on perfectly. How gorgeous is that with the white? Now, you will always need to back it with something. So you can back it with white cardstock, any other colour cardstock that matches. You can emboss it if you wish. So I could put it through and add a texture to it. I can also add some heat embossing using that stamp from before, or I can add it to a window sheet, and you're going to see me add it to a window sheet and my second project. Rightio. So I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this. Righto. So I have a little border down here because my cardstock was 3.5 inches, but this is only 3 1/4. So I'm going to trim that down to a smaller size. So I'm just grabbing my trimmer. Now I'm doing this in 2 steps. Now I want it right up to where this image starts. So I'm even trimming into just a little bit of the washi tape. Turning it around. Getting it over near where the washi tape print starts. Right, so there's my piece. Now, what you need to be aware of is this washi tape comes, I think, like what I would call two colour stories. So you can see it has like a pinky, peachy colour story. Then it has this bluey green mauve colour story. So you can combine them, which is what I did in this card, or you can keep them separate. Now I'll show you what I'm not cutting these out. This is a simple way of doing it, but I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using the same little borders. So Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to be using this end mostly. I mean, I'll get some of the pink in there, but I only want this. I don't even know how wide that is. Where's my ruler? My ruler says it's about 1 7/8 inches wide, which is about 5 centimeters. So I'm going to cut this at 5.5 inches because that's the length of my card. So go this way 5.5 inches. So I'm cutting away the pink. I'll put that aside somewhere, and then I will cut, what did I say? 1 7/8, I think. Pretty sure that was 1 7/8. It's just about 2 inches, so let's just do 2 inches. I think that'll be fine. And I get to choose which bit of paper I actually want to use. Now this I will put aside as well, and I'll use it for the inside of the card. Now I have 2 scrappy pieces of Pretty Peacock, which I'll just make a border, and I'll show you how I do that. I do it fairly simply. Well, if I can get glue out, it's fairly simple. Hi Marnie, hi Joanne. I know. So I just run a really thin bead of adhesive. Turn this over, and I just set this so it's nice and straight. Don't worry about the ends, I just trim them off. It's easier to start with a bigger piece and then trim that off than it is a smaller piece and try and make it grow, because you can't. And it's a thin beading because I don't want any of that glue squishing out. Now I always pick what is my best edge. Try and make each side the same. Hello. And I'll grab my scissors. Come on. Sorry, I'm just going to, yeah, Kiko, come on. Rightio, that worked. Rightio, so there's the piece. How easy was that to do? So I don't want it centered because I don't think it looks as nice centered. For me, visually pleasing, I put it over a little bit to the left. So let's glue it. Now Jane just commented on how I did the little trim border rather than backing it. I do that because every time I cut out a piece of a card base, I always end up with these little pieces like about that size. So this is one of the many ways I actually, there we go. So I've just stuck that down so you can see what's happening here, and I've done a little in here, hopefully, or somewhere here. Oh, here it is. Found it. I've already die cut and stamped. I might put this one over here. I'll change it up. So that's where it was on the first one. I might pop it up over here. Now I could add some ribbon. I could add a little bit of bling. I may add a little bit of bling in a second. I'll just pop this up using some mini dimensionals. So how quick and easy was that? And wait till you see the next card. I don't. So let's put that maybe there. I know. Now I'm just going to use up some of my leftover dimensional embellishments. So these were some Christmas ones. I think they're still in the last chance sale, and I'm just picking. They're called red and green adhesive back pearls. These have been some of my favorite embellishments. It's about my sixth pack. I can't even say the word. Number 6 pack. And I've just got a few left over, so I'm going to add the silver. I'm adding the silver because I think, because I never know where to, because I think they're kind of colours that go better with silver. I know. So on the inside, all I did was add one of those. Now this is not going to fit, so again, all I'm going to do, I keep all these pieces of this, and I've kept them in a stamp case. And again, I will just use a strip, but this time, just to save a bit of time, I'm going to use a full piece. So, now this washi tape, if you're going to stamp on it, you need stays on. Don't do it in Memento because it's going to smudge a bit. The stays on will dry a lot better. Now, you've seen that I haven't been stamping on the inside of my cards lately, mainly because I don't know what sentiment I actually want till it comes a little later. So I've just been decorating. Now, this is 3 layers thick. So you don't want to put it right on the fold. Your card won't fold properly. Bring it in just a smidgen to make it work. Now, it's such an easy card. Now, there are so many things you can do with this washi tape. I'll show you How nice is that? How nice does that look? So you can see it's just using a different part of the washi tape. Now put those aside. I'm going to walk you through this. What I did on this one, and you're going to see me do part of the steps for this, is I have a panel here. So I've got a card base, and obviously I put a little decorative feature on the inside. And I have added an additional basic white panel, which is probably, and I mean, it doesn't really matter on this, 2.5 inches. And I ran it through an embossing folder, which is pressed flowers, which I can't see on my desk anywhere, but I'm hoping that you can see. It's an online exclusive. You can see the embossing, because you hear me say I'm not great with white, with too much white space. And then all I did, and you'll see me do it coming up, I added this to a window sheet, which you're going to see me do, and then I die cut it out. Very easy to die cut out. So then I just decorated it. So you come up with, where's my little, I've used most of these, but like little ones of these. Now this is on the window sheet. If I put it on white, it doesn't even look that much difference, because that washi tape has, oops, a white, see, it's got a white background anyway. Hi Sharon. Ideos. So all I've done is layer these up. Some went flat, mainly the greenery. Then I added the flower pieces, popped it up, added a little silver bow, added a happy birthday, because I thought this one definitely looks like a happy birthday card, and added a couple of embellishments. Now, let me show you how to make this card. Now, I've done some of the basic cutout, so let's bring it over. Now, this is going to be a floating card. Now, I haven't even tried it before. Just picking up a bit of dirt off my desk. So I have cut a piece of window sheet, which comes in a 12 by 12 sheet, and I've cut it 3.5 inches. I'm hoping. Oh, I've cut it very tight at 3.25 inches, but I think we'll be fine. And by 12. So let's grab my. I'm still going to do this. I do fiddle a little bit for what the best angle is for me. But I want this. I'd rather have 3.25, but 3.5 inch wide window sheet gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So I've just stuck that down, and you can see I've already got a bit of a bubble. Now I've got a secret. If you do get a bit of a bubble and you can't straighten it, I mean, I've got this a bit crooked. That's why I'm creating a bubble. All right, let's go this side. All right, there we go. Now, so you don't want to unwind this too much. It's just going. And I'm going to do this. Keep it nice and straight. Now you could use like there's a whole lot of craft tools that do this sort of thing. You can see I'm having no trouble at all keeping this. Can I use the word bubbleless? I know. So Glenda said you can add clear packing tape over the washi tape before die cutting it to give a shiny look too. Oh, good idea. Hadn't tried that. Thanks for the tip. Rightio, so that has gone on, to be honest, without any problem at all. Now, I'll show you the secret. Just say it didn't turn out as perfect as that, and you get a bit of a bubble and you can't push the air out of the bubble with your bone folder. All you have to do is get a pin, burst the bubble, and then flatten it, and that will help. And the other thing is, if it's a bubble in this white area, when you're going to die cut it, you don't even notice it. So, rightio, let's bring on the cut and emboss machine. I'm just going to be using the standard plates. So platform 1, the thin die adapter, which is number 2, and 2 number 3 plates. Obviously one of these is a little old. So let's open this up. Now, the straighter your plates are, the easier it is. Now, no matter what happens, when you put this through, it's going to crack. Now, you've got to line this up. You've got to find the right spot, which is always a little challenging. I think that's going to be like that. So you can see I've got a little bit top and bottom, but I will die cut that separately. And this is just a little bent. I have been using it a bit today. Now I could use some tape to stick this down, which I will. I've got some low-tack tape here. Make sure I'm happy with it. It's not difficult to line up, to be honest. It's very simple. Now let's put this on, and you're going to hear it crack. All right. Don't worry about that. That's just cutting through the window sheet that I put on it. Yeah, I've already mentioned the embossing on it, Sharon, but thank you for reminding us. Oh, I went a bit crooked on that. It obviously moved when I wasn't looking. So that didn't work as well as I would have liked. So not all of them turned out, but I think we'll be able to make them work. I was too busy reading comments, not looking at what was actually happening. I know. So I've got some more here I have to cut out. So let's put down this. Let's find, there we go. Let's pay a bit more attention. And get some new tack, a little more tacky paper here to keep it in place. So I need to line it up. Add a second piece. This looks a lot better. Just shift this out of the way for a second. These have turned out exactly as they should have, because I paid a bit more attention to these. So these will pop out. have to say, I do have a cat on the desk still, which is not helping. Honey, I've just got a couple more to do here. I don't think that's going to be enough. So I've got a couple left, and I don't like wasting any of these gorgeous little things. Where are these sitting? They're sitting there. Now, I'm just going to cut this bit off, otherwise it gets in the way. That can get thrown out. And then I've just got these little couple here. Moved. My plates are a little bent at the moment. I've used some old ones. So here we go. I'm going to just put that away. I'm going to use all these little ones here. I'll show you what they look like on the back. I have somewhere, here we go. So this is what they look like on the back. You can see that window sheet shining through. I've got a few more here which were not cut out as well as I'd like, but they might be able to work on this. Let's make a bit of room. Ah, dear. So here we go. Now I need this piece here, window sheet, and all I'm going to do is I've just got to relocate a cat here for a second. Come on. You're being a nuisance. Go on. I know it's inappropriate if my cat disappears during a Facebook Live. Now, what I'm going to do is, I've lost my grid paper here somewhere. Oh, wait, that might be here. Now, put this down so you'll be able to see a little better. So, all I'm going to do is arrange these little die cuts. Use the good ones first. Don't worry about where they're going at this stage. I'm just throwing them on so I know what I've got. Now, this is random, so you're not, and you can have them hanging over the edge at this stage. These are, I can take those off actually. That was for a previous project and I didn't need to use them. Got a lot of greenery. So you want some hanging off so it looks like the design goes on and on forever. I don't want everything going in the same direction. What else have I got? I've got a few pieces left here. I think I'm going to have plenty. So I just want to fill this up, and you've seen me do this technique before. Having trouble picking these up. A bit too close together, those. So I really want it scattered. That one I took the too much of this colour. I'm going to get rid of that and replace it. Having trouble picking all these pieces up. And a little piece here from a previous one. Just looking for my what have I got left? I can't really see. I haven't got a lot. Oh, I've got this one, nice one. We might be able to fit it on somewhere. So I don't need it completely full. I just need it pretty close. So I'm happy with that. Now there's a number of ways I can stick it on, but I'm going to be using glue dots. I'm not going to get too excited by using too many. Shh. So I do want them hanging off just a bit, so it goes right to the edge. Definitely having a little bit of trouble here. Swap that around. Where's that one I just shifted? Yeah. I'm doing this fairly quick, but you'll get the idea once it comes together. You. Does not help having a cat on the table. Unfortunately, my doors can't lock him out of the craft room. You, come on. I've had tradies here for the last 3 days, so she's got a little out of her routine as she's been locked in rooms. Come on, you. I'll hop out. Go on. Let's see if I can get a little bit of peace. Maybe not. I know. I'm just about there. Got a couple of little holes I'll have to fill in. When you're using this washi tape and you put it onto window sheets, it's quite stiff, which gives it, I actually like how it feels. It's not soft and mushy. I know. I've got a couple of little, oops, I haven't got him in. I think everything else is attached. Yeah, it's just this one. I'll have to find just a couple. How's this one going to fit in? What else? I've got another one here. Just filling in those last couple of spaces. And I think that's kind of looking pretty good. I don't want it too crowded. So this is going to sit on there. First off, I want to cut all these overhangs. So you can see using my good scissors with glue here. Oh, that's okay. Oh. So I'm just using the window sheet layer as a guide. So, oops, I haven't done this end. Okay. So I want it to sit like that, and I want it to pop up because that's where it looks so much flasher. And the good thing is about this washi tape is I don't have to be careful where I put my dimensionals, because you can't see through it. even though I'm using window sheet. I don't know why I'm using so many of these little hooers. But anyway, we'll get there. I don't want this many. You only need a few. I need another one down there, and that's it. I've added a lot more than I probably need, and I could have used full-size ones as well. Let's go. I'm assuming you can imagine who's making that noise in the background. But I'm going to ignore her in the hope that she disappears. Righto, so I think I've got them nearly all off. So this is exactly the same size. Now, I'm hoping you will be able to see what this now looks like. It's like floating on air. And I'm just going to add it here. Now, I did cut it in. It's really hard to see, but it's actually floating. And you can't, it's hard to work out how you've got it to float. So, so I'm just going to glue this on. Then I'm going to add a sentiment. Do I care how this sits? I think I do. I can see it's not showing up really well, but it actually floats off the top of the card. Now, I've got a sentiment to add, and I decided to go an easy way, is use these pre-printed sentiments because I love them. Best wishes. Let's see what that looks like on here. Perfect. Now, I'm going to just use some, if I can see it here. Got some seal floating around my desk somewhere. Oh, here it is. So, not going to pop this up. I want it all at that same level. Oops. Righto. So let's just put that in that corner. Oh. Yep, I like it in that corner. Now I could have added some more, but I'm hoping now you can see that card in real life looks amazing because there is a distance between where those flowers are and the actual bottom of the card. So let me show you. So I use the washi tape onto the window sheet here for this one, and then this was the other card. So we have 3 cards to choose from tonight. So which is your favourite? Or would you make any? Which one do you like the most? So leave a comment. So there's 3 cards, all the same kind of tone. I need some help picking which would be your favourite. Number 2 really appeals to me. Rightio. Well, while you're leaving your comments as to which one you like and whether you like this washi tape and have I got you a little interested in it, I'll show you a card I've made for this weekend's class. So on Sunday, if you're local, this is just one of the technique cards that we're making. Not sure you can see, but it's got a lot of texture on it. Oh, got a couple stray things. Oh, got a lot of stray things under there. Could have used those, but anyway, that's okay. So this is just one of the cards we're making. The other two are also technique class cards. Rightio. That's it for tonight. That took a little longer than they have been lately. And now it's all over. Kiko's settled down and has gone to sleep. I'll be back next week. Let me know what you like, which cards you like. Leave a comment if you like the video, if you like the projects. Click a like, a subscribe, because that helps me get the word out to more people and more people actually come and watch it. Don't forget, everything's available from my online store, the washi tape from next week. And if you're watching a replay, because I know so many of you do watch the replay, let me know that you stopped by. Just put a hashtag replay and then I know. And also give it a like, a share, tag a crafty friend who might love to see this video. And I'm just going to throw you up for me. Wait a minute, I'm trying to remove that cat. Has shifted all the cameras. Thanks very much for coming along tonight. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed those projects. I really like them. And they're a little, how do I say, they're very feminine. I don't know whether you can see. I'm hoping maybe you can see a little different from this angle how that's a floating card. Rightio. Thanks everybody. Bye for now. See you next week. Thanks for joining us.